Well, hello everybody. Rob Yastrzemski, RJ Homes and EXP Realty here. And again, this time we are introducing
Cole and Asio.
And Cole has been with us for almost a year now.
Yep.
And originally, Cole came from a different industry altogether. As a matter of fact, it was from the energy sector, right?
Yeah, the oil field.
The oil field. So you went and made basically a 180-degree difference. 180-degree difference. Well, basically went from the mechanical trades, oil field, out in industry, and you switched course and decided to go into sales, into real estate sales.
Yep.
So tell us, what made you decide to do that? Why real estate sales?
Well, I've always had an interest in kind of the homes and kind of selling real estate. It's always been kind of an interesting subject to me, and I ended up like hurting myself and having to make a career switch. So I thought, you know what, I'm young and why not try out sales and let's just go for it.
Mm-hmm. You know what? And go for it he did. Because not only did you go for it, but you jumped into the deep end full time. Right away over here on our team, we have a pretty intensive training course where it's full time, 90 days minimum just to start. And you're doing that 5 days a week. You're learning everything there is to learn about sales.
Yep.
Because at the same time as you were jumping in with us to learn about the sales, you actually didn't even have your license yet to do real estate in Alberta. So at the same time, you were studying for that. Now the license just gives you the license to actually write contracts, but it doesn't actually show you how to sell. So we here at RJ Homes are making sure that we fill that gap, that very important gap of actually how to sell. It's almost like going out to get your driver's license, your learner's license without having any practicum, and then putting you behind the driver's steering wheel, and then off to the races you go. There's a huge gap missing there. So tell us a little bit about your experience. So when you first joined, you obviously, you just kind of were absorbing everything. It's almost like drinking water out of a fire hose, right? But tell us a little bit about how your progression went.
So we started off kind of just slow, kind of learning what everything was, and applied for the license and started doing some of that just to get the feet wet, and then hopped right into that training every day, few hours, and work on my licensing for a few hours a day.
So you were doing both at the same time?
Both at the same time, and out with you guys in the team, shadowing and doing all sorts of stuff with you guys. So it was a whole bunch of just training for a good 4 or 5 months straight.
Yeah, and shadowing, I'm glad you mentioned that, because it's very important for someone who either is just learning the process. You want to be with a mentor, somebody you can shadow, somebody you can learn from, especially in a team environment where we are here to assist you, to get you all the training. And then in the background, we have all of our admin staff that are taking care of all of that important admin work that is very important to do, but it doesn't give us the time to do the money-making activities, which is prospecting, being with clients, showing homes, and negotiating deals. Yep. That's what we're supposed to be doing. That's why at the team we have everything else taken care of at the background, and then we also have that very comprehensive training program, which I want to just pick your brain a little bit. What do you think? What did you've gone through the course? You've been with us for almost a year. What do you think about the training?
I thought the training was really good. It was very informative. There was kind of different things to learn each day. About marketing or prospecting, open house, every kind of different subject matter, and they really dive deep, and you can ask questions. And every morning, you do a lot of scripting practice, and on each different scenario too, and kind of each thing they train you about, then you'll kind of practice scripting on that kind of training.
So and how do you feel now? Because when you first started with us, you literally came from such a different industry. It had nothing to do with sales. You don't have any sales background. You never worked for a retail sales. You never worked as a waiter or bartender or anything like that.
Nothing.
So you went from being out in the field, working with basically people out on the rigs, right, to working from a sales perspective. When you first started that training, How did you feel when you were very first time doing that call practice versus now?
Initially, it was very different. Overwhelming, to say the least. Just a complete 180 from, work on the rigs or doing other kind of labor work and, talking to nobody all day but, your buddies at work, your coworkers, and now talking to clients and other realtors and all sorts of different people around our business. And, it was scary at first and a lot overwhelming, but it gets easier with time.
That's right. That's
the
right.
more you do it.
And so, again, you've almost been with us for a year, and you've got a few deals under your belt already. Yeah. And you know what? I've been watching your progress, and you're just doing amazing. You're basically applying everything that we have in our team for you to be able to train, and you tell me, it seems to me like it's working.
Yeah, the team has provided me with everything I need. Obviously I don't have any other kind of experience or any other knowledge of what other teams are like, but from what I can see here, everything is just there for you. Help when you need it, the training, the administrators, it's just awesome all around.
Yeah, and you know what? We are an online-based business now with the real estate just kind of as a whole, generally speaking. Yeah. eXp Realty is really heavily tech-savvy, very much all online, all international. We're across the globe in 29 countries. Yeah. And I can honestly say that we as a team are also pivoting to be more accessible online. So whether you're at home, working from home, or whether you're at an office environment, or you're going to meet your clients at a restaurant, we can have all the resources available for you online, right? So,
yeah, for sure.
And so you've had to learn all that. And how was that, by the way? How was transitioning from being on the tools to now all of a sudden you're in front of a computer and you're always online?
It's different, but I like it.
Yeah.
It's slower.
Yeah.
It's more, kind of sit there and do your work, call people, you're out with clients and all this other stuff. It's not really quite fast-paced and you're working on stuff, but it's kind of the same where, you're solving problems all day.
Solving problems all day. That's a good way to put it. I like that.
Yeah.
So
it's kind of the same, but it's completely different, but it's also, there's some similar aspects. So
yeah. So, and also, our team has been really actively working on systems, developing systems, categorizing systems, having everything all available online so that our team can have access to all that at any time. And so how do you find navigating through all of those systems? Is that something that you even could think that is that involved when you were first thinking about getting into real estate, that there's so much to learn?
Honestly, no. I thought it was going to be a little more simpler than it is, but it's not too complicated. There's some stuff that has a big learning curve to it, but with the right help and with the team, it's never impossible to figure stuff out.
Right. Yeah, there is a lot. There is a lot of systems available out there, and we're there to make sure that it kind of is as smooth as possible, so that you could concentrate on what's important, and that's getting out there and being with clients and showing them homes and helping them negotiate through deals, right? So thank you for the time for the interview, and any final words? What do you have to say out there for any realtors that are thinking about making a move, going out on their own versus being on a team?
Honestly, right in the start, just being on a team is incredibly helpful. Mm-hmm. Even just if it was just me and you, honestly, like having just somebody around to ask questions to, a mentor, to help guide you through even the little things at the start is just majorly helpful.
Right.
So even if you're just working with, a team of 1 or 20, just especially right in the start, I would highly recommend, joining somebody or a team that you can really learn from.
Agreed, 100%. It's not like it's simple like it used to be. Now, what about this team itself? I know that you haven't experienced any other teams, but what do you think about the culture we're building here. Now we've got a specific roles for. We have a trainer, somebody that actually manages his team. We have admin assistants. We have a social media dedicated person. What do you think about all that? What do you think about the culture of our team?
It's really cool. It's honestly, we're all growing together, and we all vibe really well, and we all help each other out, and we all have the same mindset about the team and our business and real estate as a whole, and having somebody to kind of go to for each little issue. It's really helpful rather than having to just go to our team leader all for everything. We can kind of pick and choose who we need help from.
Exactly. And you know what? You learn by doing, and I got to commend you, Cole. You've been doing everything specifically, one thing after another, in order, the way it's designed for us to basically progress you from a brand new realtor all the way up to doing your own deals already. So thank you very much, sir.
Thank you.
And to many years of success moving forward.
Absolutely.
Okay, guys, that's it for this one.